Hello everyone, Catweazle here. Welcome back to Darkest Night, turn 5. So, quick recap. We've got Cassandra the Knight in the mountains with the Necromancer. We have Rathymnon the Wizard, who is in the castle. We have Priorhoras the Priest, he's in the swamp. And we have Talon the Rogue, who is in the ruins. We've got quite a few blights on the board that we might have to start dealing with very shortly. So let's get on with the next turn. So who's going to be our first player? Well, our first player is going to be Cassandra again, so we'll turn over her token to the moon side and let's have a look. And here she is in the mountains. So, start of every turn, for each hero, is the Necromancer present? He certainly is. So she loses secrecy and she goes down to 1 secrecy, which is a bit dodgy. And has she got a holy relic? No, she doesn't. Any start of turn instructions on a power card? She hasn't got any. So it's event time. So let's pull the top event card. And it is Mind Blast. Spend 1 grace or exhaust all your powers. Oh dear. So we're gonna have to spend that grace. So she moves from 6 to 5. 5 was a start grace anyway, so not too bad. So she's been subjected to a Mind Blast by the Necromancer. What's she going to do now? Her event's over. She's got an action. Well, she's going to use Hard Ride. She can move twice but gain no secrecy, so she's going to stay on 1 secrecy. Where is she going to go? Well, first of all, she's going to go to the castle. Say hello to Rathymnon. Oh, she's not going to go to the castle because it's got a flux cage. Shut up! We're going to go through the village and into the swamp. So she's finished a turn in the swamp. Now, there are wraiths in the swamp, so she's going to have to either defend against them or elude them. So she's a knight, she's going to try and defend against them. She will lose 2 grace though if she fails. She needs a 4 or better. So come on, Cass. Oh, she gets a 4, just does it. Good stuff. So she's fine. She's managed to defend against the wraiths. So her and Priorhoras are now in the swamp. Right, so that is Cassandra's turn. Who's going to go next? Well, we're going to have Rathymnon go next. So flick our wizard over onto the moon side and let's zoom in. And here we are at the castle with Rathymnon. So what's Rathymnon going to do? Well, he hasn't got the Necromancer present, he isn't carrying a holy relic, he's got no start of turn instructions on power cards, so he gets an event. Let's have a look what it is. It is Upheaval. Remove all blights from your current location and create an equal number of new blights. Alright, so we're just swapping blights around. Oh god, Flux Cage wasn't too bad either. So, get rid of Flux Cage. Goes back. What do we get in its place? Let's have a map card. And we're in the castle. Spectres. Nice. Right, so let me just get the spectres, won't be a second. And here are the spectres. So, not a very nice looking bunch. The 4 to defend against, but 5 to elude. If you fail, you lose a grace. If you actually fight them, if you attack them with a 4, we can get rid of it. But I would have preferred the Flux Cage, but never mind. Right, spectres are now in the castle. So the undead archer that was wandering about must have called in some mates. Right, so that's the end of the event phase for Rathymnon. So what's he going to do? Well, he's going to search again, and hopefully he's going to do a better job than he did last time. So he's going to search, and remember we've got the treasure hunt card here as well. A 3. And the search difficulty is 2. Woohoo! Unfortunately we don't get the 3 clues for treasure hunt, but he has found something. So let's get a map card and see what he's found. Whoop. Castle. He has found a supply cache. So that's... you can look at 2 of his power cards, the top 2, and pick one. And he'll have to discard the other to the base of the pile. So let's have a look, shall we? That there. So here we are. So first power is Rune of Misdirection. Deactivate all runes and then activate this one on an action. When it's active, roll twice for Necromancer movement and choose one result. So it's a chance to get the Necromancer moving in a different direction. And the second one is Rune of Interference. Deactivate all runes and activate this one on an action. Roll 1 die when a blight is created. If you roll a 6, destroy it. I think I'll take that. The reason is, you know, if you're on low secrecy, the Necromancer comes after you anyway, so you can't really send him in another direction. And we do want him to chase Cassandra. So we'll put that one on the bottom, and we'll take the Rune of Interference. So that's his new power. Got the deck back. Unfortunately, didn't get any clues. I was hoping for him to get 3 clues. That would have got us up to 10, and then we could have had a go at getting a relic. But 'twas not to be. So let's get rid of that. And who's going to go next? Well, next, I think we will have Priorhoras go next. So let's move down to the swamp and turn his token over. And here's Priorhoras in the swamp. So he hasn't got the Necromancer with him, he's not carrying a holy relic, he's got no start of turn instructions on power cards. So what is he going to do? Well, I think he's going to search again, see if he can get another epiphany. Because Miracle wasn't as good as I thought it was, because you do lose a grace when you play it. I was thinking along the lines of Eldritch Horror and Arkham Horror and stuff, but you know, just getting a re-roll. But it's not just a re-roll, because you lose a grace to do it. So really I should have took Calm, or I should have took the Oath, where you can give +1 to somebody who is with you. So what we'll do, I think it's the Oath of Strength, I can't remember. But anyway, let's see if he can search. It's a search difficulty of 4. A 6. Starman. So he has searched. Let's pick the top map card. 2, 1. So we are at the swamp, and another epiphany. Yes! So it's got another epiphany. That's excellent. So we've gone through these last time. So what we'll do, oh, it was right on the bottom as well. Yeah. Blessing of Strength. Activate on a hero in your location. +1 die in fights. We want this. It'll be very useful in the showdown with the Necromancer for like the Knight or the Rogue or Rathymnon, anybody really who wants to play it on. So he's going to take that. Great stuff from Priorhoras. That's the end of his turn. So he's got the wraiths that he has to deal with, and the 4 to elude. We're eluding these. That's Priorhoras' modus operandi, and he's going to use Sanctuary, which means he's got 4 dice, but he will lose a secrecy should he succeed. So 4 dice, 1, 2, 3, 4. And he does succeed. His secrecy goes down to 2, but he doesn't lose any grace from the wraiths. So that is it for Priorhoras. Next up is Talon the Rogue in the ruins. Nearly forgot. Got to pick an event card for Priorhoras. Dope! Alright, here we go. Sloppy search. Roll 1 die and take the highest. Right. A 4. Middle of the road. 4 and 5, no effect. Foo. Got away with that one. Right. Now remember to do his event. We'll go and deal with Talon the Rogue, who is in the ruins. And here we are with Talon the Rogue. Okay. Necromancer isn't with him, he hasn't got a holy relic, he's got no start of turn instructions on power cards, so he picks up an event. In the right order, unlike Priorhoras. Startling news. Oh, we've had one of these before, haven't we? Add a timer marker to a quest currently in play, we haven't got any. If there are no quests in play, then instead draw a quest and roll 1 die to determine its location. Right. So, quest. What's this going to be? It is Secret Convoy. So it's got 4 on its timer. Needs 1 progress on it. Rumours say the Necromancer has located a powerful artifact but hasn't yet transported it to his lair. Steal it from the convoy to claim it for yourself. Action. Elude versus 5. Each success is a progress. Bloody hell, we only need 1. If you fail, lose 1 secrecy. But if you complete it, we get an artifact, which is the artifact deck. It's not like a relic, it's the artifact deck. And if it expires, we get +1 on the darkness track. Well, we're doing great on the darkness track. It's only at 3. So it's not a real big bother if we don't manage to do this, I don't think. But let's see where it goes anyway. We'll do the roll. A 1. So let's just pull out a little. Look at the whole board. And where does a 1 take us? Right to the mountains, where the Necromancer is. So, to be quite honest, until he moves out of there, we probably won't bother that much with Secret Convoy for an artifact. Right, so that's that sorted. Let's get back to Talon. Okay, so that's Talon's event done. What's he going to do now? Well, he's going to search. We've got a search difficulty of 4 at the ruins, but he's obviously going to use his action, which is eavesdrop. So he's going to spend 1 secrecy and he's going to search with 2 dice. So his secrecy goes down to 3. He's going to get 2 dice. A 5. Good lad. So he only gets to pick 1 map card because he only got 1 success. And his map card is Ruins. Yes! A revelation! Yes! That's brilliant! Right. A revelation is 3 clues. So that's 1, 2, 3. We move up to 10 clues. That is fabulous. We can now pick up a relic, but that's an action. So what we've got to do is like retrieve a holy relic sort of next turn. But he's there, he's in place to do it. All you do is we spend 10 clues and we get the relic. This is really good. Okay, so well done to Talon. Unholy Aura, just -1 fighting. We don't have to defend against it or anything. Cool, that's fine. So he's done. That is excellente news. Right, so let's pull back And oh no, it's the Necromancer's turn. So let's get up to the mountains and see what the Necromancer's going to get up to. And here we are with the Necromancer. Pulled it out a bit because he's going to either be moving to the village or to the castle. So what's he going to do first? First things first, move the darkness track up, so that goes up to 3. And next we roll for his movement. So let's roll that green dice. He gets a 5. So with a 5, he can basically spot everybody on the board, because everybody has got less than 5. The one with the least is obviously our knight, Cassandra, who's only got 1. But he can also see the wizard, Rathymnon. And the wizard is the only one that he can actually get to. So that's where he's going to move. And that's what we were hoping would happen, because we didn't want the Necromancer to drop a blight in the village and put it up to 4. As it was, even with a 5 normally would have sent him this way. So he's landed there with his spectres, with Rathymnon, who is probably thinking it's about time I did a runner. Okay, so he's moved to the castle, creates a blight. So let's have a look. Map card. What blight do we get in the castle? We get shades. Right, I'll just go and dig those out. And here are the shades. Nice. So when we deal with those, the 3 to defend against, 5 to elude. If you fail, you lose a grace. If you attack them, you need to get a 5 or better. If you fail when you're attacking them, you lose a grace as well. But not too bad. At least it wasn't one of those red blights. Apparently, Nefarious Cole told me that the red blights came in the second expansion. So the second expansion did add something. It added the red blights. I also find out why they're red. They're actually red because that means they affect the whole board. So I didn't know that either. So the red ones will affect the whole board, not just the location they're in. So there's a little nifty to remember. You can thank Nefarious Cole for that. Okay, so we've got the shades in there. And that's the end of the Necromancer's go. Okay, I'll pull out the... I'll zoom out now and we'll have a look at the whole board. And here we are at the end of the turn. Important things to notice, we've got clues at 10. We do have 10 clues. And darkness is at 3. The Necromancer's in the castle with Rathymnon. We got an extra blight. But we're in a good position. So what I'll do is I'll just upload this and then I'll come back. We'll do the quick turn review, which is pretty cool actually, I think. So, and we'll see what we're going to do next turn. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello everyone, welcome back to the turn review. First thing I've got to do, noticed it in editing. I'll put a note in the video, but what happened was at the end of Rathymnon's turn there was spectres. I still had it in my mind it was a flux cage, so I didn't roll for them, but we swapped them out, so we have to roll for the spectres. Now he's still invisible, so he's going to try and elude them, but he needs to get a 5, so he gets 3 dice because he gets his normal die roll plus 2 for invisibility. So that's 3 dice. Let's see if he can do it. No, it doesn't do it. Right, so what does that mean? Well, it means that's a pain. So let's get spectres. Fail, he loses a grace, so he's back down to 3 grace, but that was his default start anyway. And I believe it does something to invisibility because he failed the roll. Deactivate and exhaust if you fail a combat or use another tactic. So this one gets exhausted as well, along with lightning strike. So that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, right. I might have got it if I'd done it at the time. Curses! Okay, turn review. First up was Cassandra, and what she did was she did a bit of movement. Did Cassandra? She was in the mountains, knew she had to get away. So first of all, the Necromancer wasn't having that. Hit her with a mind blast, trying to exhaust all her powers, even though these don't mention being exhausted like invisibility did just then. A card like this will actually exhaust them. We would have had to have hidden or prayed in the monastery or something to get them back. But she spent that grace, went down to 6. Her secrecy is still on 1 because it was at 2, but she started in the same place as the Necromancer, so it went down to 1. But she got rid of that event by losing her grace. Then she used Hard Ride. She could move twice, but she didn't gain any secrecy through doing it. And she went to the swamp. Ended a turn in the swamp where she successfully defended against the wraiths. So that was her turn. And she's now ready to go again in the swamp. After her, it was Rathymnon. And what Rathymnon did was he wasn't moving. So he had to deal with the event card Upheaval. So he removed all blights from his location, which was the Flux Cage, and replaced them with those spectres. Then what happened? Well, he searched. And although he didn't get enough to fulfill the treasure hunt, he did find a supply cache. He had 2 cards. There was a rune of misdirection, I think, and a rune of interference. He chose the rune of interference because we're getting to the part of the game now where we do want to draw the Necromancer to us eventually. So the misdirection isn't really that useful. The rune of interference may be useful once we all get together in one location. The Necromancer's going to turn up and he's going to try and drop a blight. Hopefully Rathymnon will be able to get this active, and we will have a chance on a 6 to stop that blight, well, destroy it straight away, which will really help, because blights, they're like extra armour for the Necromancer. We have to defeat those first, so if we can stop him dropping one, then all the better. Right, so then he forgot to deal with the spectres, but we've just done that now. Unfortunately, the spectres saw through his invisibility, and he lost a grace, and now he can't make himself invisible again. He'll have to hide or pray at the monastery to refresh his powers. So that was the end of Rathymnon's go. He's on 3 grace now and 3 secrecy, though that'll go down to 2 because the Necromancer is now at his location. Right, after him it was Priorhoras. Priorhoras stayed in the swamp, so he didn't go anywhere. His event card was Sloppy Search, but he doesn't do sloppy searches. The man's got eyes like a shithouse rat. So he rolled, he got a 4, which was no effect, and then he stayed there and he did some normal searching because he wanted another epiphany. And when Priorhoras wants an epiphany, he finds an epiphany. So we were able to go through and we were able to get the Blessing of Strength that we should have got last time instead of wasting our time with Miracle. But Miracle may still come in during the showdown. It does give us a reroll. So that may come in. But after that, he had to avoid the wraiths. So he used Sanctuary again. That meant he lost the secrecy. His secrecy is now at 2. And his grace is still at 6. So that's Priorhoras looking good. After him, it was Talon. And what did Talon do? Again, Talon didn't move, and he got some startling news as his event. We didn't have a quest in play, so this put one in play, Secret Convoy. The Necromancer and his minions have got themselves an artifact, and they're transporting it to the Necromancer's lair. So we've got a chance to ambush that and take it for ourselves. We've got 4 timers on it, of which we've got 1 on it now. I forgot to do it before, but it does have a timer on it now. So we've got 3 left to complete that, should we want to complete it. If we do it, we'll get ourselves an artifact. If we don't, the darkness trap will go up 1. What did he do after that? Well, he searched, and he used eavesdrop, so he could use 2 dice. And he got 1, so he drew 1 card with 1 success, and he got another revelation. So that was 3 clue tokens, and that was brilliant because that puts us up to 10. We now have enough clues to pick up a relic next turn. So great stuff from Talon. What's the plan, Stan? Well, next turn, I think our first player is going to be Rathymnon. What is Rathymnon going to do? Well, Rathymnon is obviously going to lose a secrecy, but then he's going to move, and he's going to move to the mountains, because the plan for Rathymnon is he's going to get to those mountains, and he's going to try and do that secret convoy and see if we can get that artifact. The artifact may be very useful in the showdown, depending on what it is. So he's going to get there, and he's going to try and get that. He's still got teleport, so he can still get to the others. He doesn't have to spend time like moving across the board. Once the others have set the trap for the Necromancer, he can just zoom right in using teleport. So he's going to have a go, see if he can get us a artifact. So plus he's also acting as bait, because we want the Necromancer to follow him while the others set the trap. So who's going to go next? Well, next is Priorhoras. He's going to move from the swamp. He's not going to get another epiphany. He's going to move down to the ruins and join Talon, because we want everybody in the ruins. That's where I've decided we're going to take the Necromancer on eventually. Get him down there, and we can start preparing the ground. After Priorhoras, we will have Cassandra. Cassandra's doing exactly the same. She's going to move down to the ruins, and it's all prep for when we take on the Necromancer. So let's move them down there. We'll have 3 together, all ready. Then it would be Talon. What Talon's going to do, because he's staying there, his action can be to pick up the relic. So he's going to pick up the relic, we'll have the relic ready, and that's fantastic. We're tooled up to set the Necromancer on. Then it'd be the Necromancer's go. What we're hoping for the Necromancer to do is roll high. He rolls high. The only person that he can actually get to in one go is Rathymnon, the wizard. So hopefully he'll move to the mountains again. We've only got 1 blight there, which is another good thing, and he'll follow him there. As I said, Rathymnon's going to look for that artifact. This is going to mean that the other 3 are going to have, at least a couple of turns whereby they can crack on with like refreshing powers and basically getting themselves ready for the showdown. So that is what they're going to do. They could probably do a bit of searching. Cassandra can, or Talon can get rid of the unholy aura, make sure there are no blights there for when we get the Necromancer in there. So that's the plan. Hope you enjoyed turn 5. It's looking pretty good, dare I say it. A tactical triumph. We've been fairly lucky in that we've been able to lead the Necromancer a merry dance. We've done well with our search rolls. I think that's the basic. Getting that treasure hunt, that I think we got something like 5-6 clues in one turn, has enabled us to have an opportunity to get the relic early. So that's really good. Right, so hope you'll join me for turn 6 of Darkest Night. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for all the comments and all the tips. As always, they are very much appreciated. But for now, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.